Co-main event, a lightweight bout between Arman Tsarukyan coming in at minus 800 against Joaquim Silva, who's coming in at plus 800. Over under 1.5 rounds, plus 135 for the over, minus 135 for the under. Odds are presented by BetOpenly, as always. I think I forgot to say that, but you're going to have 1% juice there. There's no house. So that's why these odds are damn near, even on one side and negative on the other side at the same price. So keep that in mind. 4-1 in the last 5 for Arman Tsarukyan. His only losses to Mateusz Gamrot of those last 5. And he was supposed to be fighting Moicano, I believe. Moicano had to pull out of their main event fight, so they rescheduled him against Joaquim Silva here in a co-main event spot. And obviously the odds would indicate he's supposed to roll over him, but are you giving Joaquim Silva any kind of chance in this one?
I don't think I can, and for a couple of reasons. Tsarukyan has, been fighting at such a high level lately. Fighting guys. I know the Gamrot fight. Like, I thought he won that fight, and if he would have won that fight, he would have beat everybody in the UFC besides Islam Makhachev that he's fought so far, which is impressive because he might not be fighting the highest level of guys so far, but every fight he is kind of going a step up. Beats Damir Ismagulov in his last fight, who was had an insane record. What was it, 20-something-1 going into that fight?
One loss.
One loss in his record. So, and he took him down 7 times in that fight, which is impressive. Tsarukyan, his wrestling is super high level. He's super strong, and he does it the whole duration of the fight. He even took Islam Makhachev down, which is impressive in itself. So yeah, I mean, if you're Silva, you kind of just got to come out swinging, in my opinion, because you're not going to go a full 3 rounds and beat Arman Tsarukyan, by points in this one, especially, short notice. And if you look at Tsarukyan, he's got some power in his hands. He grapples a lot, but he also, he's got a couple KOs on his record against Joel Alvarez and Christos I almost called him Giagos. So he does have the power, man. And Silva, his last 2 losses are by knockout to Ricky Glenn and Nasrat Haqparast. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm going to be interested to see what that knockout prop for Arman is. There's a couple of paths to victory for him. You could take him down, you could try to submit him or win a decision, or catch him on the feet, because the guy's has obviously been chinned lately in his last 2 losses. So I just don't see him going out there and really posing too much of a threat to Arman Tsarukyan. Tsarukyan's tough. You're not going to take him down and control him. And he's probably going to hold the power advantage too. So should be interesting, though, to see how quick he can do it.
Yeah, I mean, Joaquim Silva's got a number of knockouts on his record, but I would find it pretty hard to think that he pulls this one off, because I think Tsarukyan's probably he's like the next Islam Makhachev. Like, people don't want to fight this guy because he's so damn skilled everywhere the fight goes. He's got some solid hands, and then obviously the wrestling and the grappling is just on another level. Nobody wants to fight this guy because he's not highly ranked. If you lose to him, that doesn't really help you at all. And if you beat him, it doesn't really help you at all. Because look at Mateusz Gamrot. He beat him, and then they give him Beneil Dariush, and he lost to Beneil Dariush. I mean, I think Tsarukyan would have beat Beneil Dariush. Looking at it like this, I think Tsarukyan could give Islam one of the hardest fights, because we already saw it, and that was his debut. So I mean, we're looking at this one can Joaquim Silva really pull this off? I'm not giving him a chance. I'm not gonna lie, because even Tsarukyan's fights in the UFC, he's taken down Frevola 10 times. He demolished Christos Giagos, demolished Joel Alvarez, just completely smashed his face in, got him to the ground and was raining elbows on the guy's face, and just ground and pound TKO'd him. And then to do that to Damir Ismagulov, who's, like you said, had 1 loss, 30-27 to him, easy money to him, straight up. That was crazy. And I can see why nobody wants to fight him, because it's not going to be a fun fight for anybody. That's not a knock him out, drag him out type fight where you get some kind of moral victory if you lose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you're in for a long night. You're gonna get taken down, and you're gonna be put through the ringer for 3 rounds if you last that long. And it is a co-main event, so luckily for Joaquim Silva, it's not going to go more than 3 rounds. But yeah, I'm going to take Tsarukyan, and I like the KO prop too. I think he'll probably do it, whether it's ground and pound or he catches him on the feet.
Yeah, and Tsarukyan, man, he's just the last thing I'll say that I noticed watching film on him is in the grappling and wrestling. Like the guy uses his balance so well, like his weight distribution. Like he's so good at making you think like you're safe up against the cage, and then you move one way, he's just going to ride you into the ground and over and over and over to where he just breaks guys. Like I hope he climbs the ranks and keeps winning, and we can see that Islam matchup because at 155 right now, I think he matches up better than anybody.
Yeah, I don't even know who would fight him next. Like nobody wants to fight this guy. It doesn't make sense for anybody to fight him.
Right.
I guess maybe Beneil, because like he's coming off a loss, that he's got like the grappling. That might be his next matchup, honestly.
Maybe Beneil could, get back into the mix too with a win over a guy like that. So
yeah,
that's crazy.